In today's video, I will be discovering Iberia's £200 million secret. Join me as I fly from London Heathrow to Madrid on board what I think is one of Europe's best business class offerings. Now, so when you're flying from London Heathrow, one of the best things you get when flying, no matter if it's British Airways or Iberia, is the fact that you get access to the fast track security. And it means you can get through in like 5 minutes compared to when you're waiting. It can take up to maybe 25, 30. And it is something that's included within the fare, so it is definitely something that is worth it. It gives you a bit more time like within the terminal as well, especially when you are flying business, on the price that we have paid for this flights. And I will get into how I've got them quite cheap later on in the video, but it's definitely something that it is worth it when you get through, because there'll be the grand total of about 20 people that are in the fast track. Through in 5 minutes, which is super good for Heathrow. For anybody who flies through Heathrow regularly, Heathrow can be really hit or miss, especially in Terminal 5. So it gives you plenty of time to kind of go about the airport. Now, if you are flying long haul, something I'd advise, especially if you are flying in business, is to go into the B Gates lounge rather than the ones in the main terminal. And I'm going to go on to why in a wee bit in a minute, but it's definitely something that I highly recommend. The Terminal 5 B Gates lounge isn't well advertised by British Airways and is located in the B Gate satellite terminal, meaning it is normally very quiet. I recommend it to any travellers who are flying and have lounge access, as it's away from the really busy terminal, and if you're flying long haul, you need to go there anyway. Now, Iberia are one of a few airlines that use their long haul products within Europe. So Iberia use their Airbus A350s and their A330s, and there are certain flights from London Heathrow, which I'm going to attach in there on my right hand side. You've also got Finnair that use their A350s and I believe their A330s as well on some of their London to Helsinki flights, but again, not all of them. And I believe as well ITA in Rome, some of the Rome flights to London use one of their A321 Neos that have got the long haul products on them. So again, it pays to do your homework and sit and have a look. Now, enough talking about flights, let's go look at some of the food we've got in the lounge. The Terminal 5B lounges have a decent selection of hot and cold foods, but nothing amazing. British Airways, who run the lounge, do need to have a better offering when it comes to competitors like Cathay Pacific and Qantas, whose lounge food is light years ahead. Something that is really good with Iberia is the fact that the plane has not only just pulled into the C gates. Now granted, we are sitting in the B gates, we're going to need to give ourselves a bit of time. However, I've already received an email on my phone from Iberia to tell me exactly where my gate's going from, and basically so I kind of know where I'm going. It gives me plenty of time. Now I appreciate this might not always 100% be correct, however it is something that is like just a nice wee added touch that Iberia do that I haven't actually seen on any other kind of one world airlines. Now, before we get to today's aircraft, if you're a lover of this channel and have loads of photos from whatever trips, then you'll want to see our sponsor, Everslate. Everslate takes memories that are locked away in your digital graveyard, much like this one here, and turns it into amazing keepsakes, much like this one right here. These slates grab everyone's attention, standing out in your home with loads of different sizes and shapes. On their website, you can't go wrong with the selection. They're bound to have the perfect gift for you, and it does get even better than that. With the discount code NEXTSTOP10, that's NEXTSTOP10, you can receive an additional 10% off your order. Get your very own Everslate slate. I put the link in the video description and the code. Get your very own Everslate slate. Now with that out of the way, let's get to today's aircraft. Now we've just got on the flight, and this I'm going to take you quickly through before we take off what our seat's going to look like. So spin you around, you've got your main menu. We've got a tray table here that folds out and becomes 2 tables, or alternatively just have it as the one. We've got, if I can put it back up, we've got, again, super good legroom. Here we have got space for our headphones that are given to us by Iberia.
We've got our remote for the TV, we've got some front seat functions so we can make it a fully flat bed, and as well we've also got some USB sockets as well, and as well just here, which I think I've just found something else, yeah, a coat hanger. But yeah, for business class in Europe, it is like super good what you get on this flight so far. So let's see what the in-flight service is like and see if it is worth it paying and go doing the extra on the Airbus A350. Today's flight time is approximately 2 hours and 25 minutes. Iberia's A350 business class is set up in a 1-to-1 configuration, which is great if you're travelling with someone like I was, hence why we opted for the middle seats rather than the windows. So now that we've taken off, let's have a wee look at the infotainment system that we've got on this flight. Now, I have been sitting playing Angry Birds on the takeoff from London Heathrow, and we have just put the lights back on, so my eyes are still adjusting. But so far, to be fair, you've got, you know, a decent amount of movies. Now, it has been a little bit laggy in all fairness, the Iberia recommendations, etc. We've got this, it doesn't work. One thing I will say, it has been a little bit laggy when I have been pressing it, and like jumping off stuff straight away, but for the most, it's a 2-hour flight, it's going to be alright. And this here is the menu, so it's quite nice because actually in Italian, Spanish as well as English. So the three options are prawns served with avocado and mojo sauce, roasted chicken breast on a spice sauce, and chickpea, which I think is the one I'm going to go for, to be honest. Our homemade pasta and tomato sauce. But yeah, for a 2-hour flight, it is really good, to be fair, like especially value for money. And I'm going to talk very shortly about how how much this flight cost and kind of what I done to get it a wee bit cheaper than it was. So at the time of booking, British Airways and Iberia, I looked at both the websites, and British Airways had a sale on, and I managed to get this fare for 236 return. So returning in a couple of days time, back with Iberia Business as well, where when I was looking on Iberia's website it was coming in about 350 mark, because BA had a sale on it. It meant that if I bought this flight through BA's website, it actually made it a wee bit cheaper, and it's definitely worth doing your homework, sometimes shopping about, having a look in different ways, seeing what's cheaper, and if there's anything else, other ways you can do it through the same like One World Airlines if they're having a sale, and seeing if they can get the flights maybe a wee bit cheaper. I opted for the chicken option. The presentation might not have been the best, but it was very tasty. After our meal service, I managed to get about an hour of sleep on the plane. The benefit was I could turn this seat into a lie flat bed, which meant I got a really good nap right before we came into land. So just quickly before we come into land, I do want to kind of show you what the leg room's like, because I'm 5'11" on a good day, and I've got my leg fully stretched out underneath, and still got a decent room. In all honesty, I have just fallen asleep and I have not long woken up as we're literally arriving into Madrid. So yeah, I'll start coming in for landing. So a really good flight with Iberia from London to Madrid. Food lovely, the chicken was really nice. Seats are super comfy, and especially on a really short haul route, it means you can get a lie flat bed as well, which granted I fell asleep for about an hour of our flight, but super good. Really recommend anybody who's flying with Iberia. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me for the channel, and hope to see you again in another video.